Welcome to This Explainer, where we're going to break down the absolute magic of a perfectly executed 4-minute performance. Whenever we watch a massive global event like Shakira's 2026 World Cup performance, it's so easy to just get completely swept up in the hype, right? But behind that hype is a meticulously crafted script, a literal blueprint designed to manipulate energy, build tension, and deliver a massive release. Today, we're going to dissect exactly how that unforgettable cultural moment was engineered. We'll be moving chronologically through this masterclass. We'll start with setting the world stage, then look at the anatomy of anticipation before hitting the Dai Dai explosion. After that, we'll dive into the queen of the stage segment and wrap up with making World Cup history. All right, section 1, setting the world stage. Let's look at how this sequence kicks off and immediately grabs your attention. To understand the flow, we need a roadmap of our 4-minute window. It kicks off right at the 0-0 mark with the intro and stadium setup. Then we hit a crucial beat build at 35 seconds, an absolutely massive drop exactly at the 1-minute mark, and finally, the performance climax at 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Every single second is calculated for maximum impact. It all starts by instantly establishing the sky-high stakes of the FIFA World Cup 2026. For the first 15 seconds, you're hit with these sweeping, cinematic stadium shots, crowds cheering, and flashing lights. Then, the voiceover drops this incredible line: "The world was watching, the stadium was full, and in just a few seconds, everything changed." It immediately primes the audience, essentially telling you to hold your breath because history is about to happen. Moving right along to section 2, the anatomy of anticipation. Because you can't just start a show at a level 10. You really have to earn it. Between the 15 and 35-second marks, we get an absolute masterclass in building tension. The staging relies on these incredibly precise, deliberate steps. First, the camera slowly zooms in while the stadium lights dim and the crowd noise starts to swell. Second, a single spotlight hits the stage. And third, Shakira enters in slow motion. This sequence takes all that chaotic, massive stadium energy and forces it down into a single pinpoint. Every eye in the venue is directed right at her. And layered over that slow-motion entrance is the dramatic line, "And then she appeared." It captures that psychological weight perfectly. The script literally frames her right there as the global icon, ready to create another unforgettable moment. Now the tension cranks up even further. From the 35-second mark, the Dai Dai instrumental begins to build. The script beautifully contrasts Shakira's slow, teasing stage movements with the increasingly frantic energy of the audience. We get these quick camera cuts of fans jumping, waving flags, and recording on their phones. It's like a stretched rubber band. She holds back while the crowd pushes forward, just waiting to snap. And snap it does. Section 3, the Dai Dai explosion. The moment the tension finally breaks. Exactly at the 1-minute mark, boom, the beat drops. The narration shifts into high gear to mirror the quick camera cuts and flashing lights as this high-energy dance begins. All that slow-motion restraint we just talked about is instantly thrown out the window. The track, Dai Dai, officially takes over the stadium, and the entire crowd just explodes with energy. It's pure fire. The dancing is fast, the crowd is going absolutely wild, and the visual spectacle is fully 100% unleashed. Section 4, Queen of the Stage. This brings us to what happens between the 1-minute 40 and 2-minute 40 marks, which is really about audience psychology. The script sets up this fascinating contrast between high-energy spectacle and intimate connection. On one hand, you have spinning cameras, dramatic angles, and unstoppable energy. But on the other hand, the camera purposely cuts to tight, close-up shots of Shakira smiling and connecting directly with the audience. By bouncing between the macro scale of the stadium and the micro scale of a personal smile, the viewer feels both awed and personally involved. That dual ability is her superpower, perfectly captured by the voiceover line, "She's not just performing, she's connecting. Every move, every smile, every beat." The script deliberately cues the crowd chanting and waving flags right alongside those intimate moments, proving exactly why she owns the stage like no one else. Finally, we reach Section 5, Making World Cup History, the breathtaking peak of the entire sequence. Starting around the 2:40 mark, the camera work strategically drops back into slow motion. We get these incredible shots highlighting her rhythm, her passion, and the dance highlights. But this time, the slow motion isn't used to build tension. It's used to declare absolute dominance, showing exactly why she's the queen of the stage.
This brief slowdown is the perfect setup for the 3 minute and 5 second mark, which hits with the biggest dance move yet and the loudest, most unreal vibe from the screaming crowd.
Right over this massive peak, the voiceover delivers its ultimate verdict. This isn't just a performance. It's a moment that defines the World Cup. This is history in the making. It's a powerful statement that elevates the whole segment into a cultural memory that fans are going to remember forever. Of course, an epic show needs an epic exit. The 3:30 outro beautifully resolves that adrenaline rush. Shakira waves and smiles at the crowd. The camera executes a classic cinematic zoom out to show the sheer scale of the stadium one last time, and a massive fireworks effect triggers for the grand finale. One performance, one song, one unforgettable moment. That perfectly structured roller coaster of emotion is exactly why this window of time works so incredibly well. As the final voiceover says, if you felt the energy, you know this was special. But now you actually know why you felt it. So the next time you watch a massive halftime show or opening ceremony, I want you to ask yourself, are you just watching a performance, or are you being expertly guided through a carefully engineered psychological ride? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and thanks so much for exploring the anatomy of an icon with us today.